So now the next thing what we'll do is we'll move to the EVNG section where we'll try to set up the same thing in the EVNG. So we have already seen how to do that. So I already have this EVNG topology. So I'm going to close this and we'll try to create a new lab. And the new lab is going to be for this session. We'll set up this new topology here. And in this topology, we are going to set up the image. So we assume already we have uploaded the image. Just for a quick review, we use this WinSCP or the FileZilla option, which I'll be using for the labs here. So we make sure that we connect to the EVNG. And you just need to make sure that we have already uploaded this Fortinet images, which is already copied from the local machine to this one. This is a prerequisite, which we have already covered. So just make sure that you right click and you do the node option. And when you select the Fortinet firewall, I should be able to see those images here. So already I uploaded multiple images. I'll be using this one firewall, Fortinet 1, let's say the name. And the number of interfaces you can change to 8 or more. So we need at least 5 interfaces as per our lab. In the future, if I want to add more, I can add up to 8. And you can see the RAM, it just uses 1 GB RAM, which is good enough to run the FortiGate firewall. So we just click on this. And additionally, if you go back, I need the routers. So we'll add the routers as well. I generally recommend you to use the normal IWS routers, which doesn't use much of the resources if you have a limited resources. You can also run this IWS V routers, which uses 1 GB RAM for each. But here we don't do advanced routing. So if you're doing advanced routing, then you need this. For the basic routings we just use this IWS. I need four of them. The name as R, it will take automatically. So the icon we can change. The rest of the things leave it to the defaults. So we have the router 2 on the right side, the router 3 connecting to DMZ, router 4 here. And we'll change this name to router 1. Okay, so change the name to router 1. You can also change the name as router 1 LAN or router 2 internet, like that. For the sake of verification, we can also do that. Now, the next thing, we can connect these interfaces directly to this. Additionally, I'm going to add the management network as well. So for the sake of connectivity, what I'll do is I'll just use a normal switch. Now we can add the switch here. So we can add the switch. So either I can just go and add the switch here, IWS switch, where I can use the L2 switch. But I'll be using a simple unmanageable switch with a network option here. And I'll be using this as a switch. I need 4 switches here, probably on the 4 sides. And the symbol, I'll be using the switch symbol for easy identification. And you can click on this. It is just a normal bridge or the switch, which we'll be using for connections. So the advantage is we get to connect more devices as we move on. Okay, so we'll just add these devices as we move on. Okay, so that's something what we are doing here. So we'll try to do this. And once we set up these things, we'll quickly do the connectivity as well. So the connectivity wise, we just connect the F0x0 interface on all the sites. Like I said, in the future, if you want to add new devices, I can add them here. And for the LAN connection, I'll be using this port. So I'll be adding the management switch as well. So for the management switch, I can use this switch as well because the first thing I'm going to add the host. Now for the management, I'll be using my local host. So this is going to be my management PC. And here we have to select this management cloud. Now this management cloud option will ensure that this connects to the local network. Now this is going to be very much easier compared to the GNS3, as we have seen, just the management network. Additionally, you can add routers, and I'm going to add a switch. So I'm not using a normal switch. I'm going to use this IOS switch because the main challenge here will be, as this is your management network, it becomes the connectivity wise, this is something not working for me. So that's the reason I'm using a normal switch or switch MG. That's my management switch. One sufficient only on management side, but you have to power on this when you do the connectivity. So make sure that you connect this to the switch, or you can connect this directly to this Fortinet as well. So again, as I said, in the future, I'll be adding some servers or any devices in the management. So just for that purpose, I'll be connecting them to the switch. That's again the best practice. That's how it goes in the production network as well. So I'm going to connect this port number 1 to the management, where we'll configure the management IP. And port number 2 goes to the router 2. Okay. And port number 3 goes to the router 3 side. And port number 4 goes to the router 4 side. And port number 5 actually comes back here to the router 1. Okay. So I'm using these ports. You can change the ports if you want, but most of the configs I'm going with this port. So initially, I recommend you to go with the same ports. Port number 1, I'm using for the management purpose. I tried port number 8. Sometimes it works, sometimes doesn't. So I stick to the port number 1, which works fine for the management. But normally it should work with any port. Now, for the first thing we'll try to set up, we'll start the FortiGate firewall as we have already seen. Start the device, and once you start, you can click on this to get into the CLI. And likewise, I'm going to start the switch as well, which is something because this is a manageable switch, so we need to make sure that we also power on the switch along with my FortiGate firewall. So I'm